Hey there, future explorers, and welcome to the Map Skills Challenge. Here's how it's going to work. I'll ask a question, you think of the answer, and then we'll see if you got it right. Sound good? Okay, let's dive right in with round one, a matter of viewpoint. First question up. So imagine you're standing right next to something, like a house or a car. What is that kind of view called? Let's find out. What is a side view? That's it. A side view is just what you see when you're looking at something from, well, the side. Pretty simple, right? Did you get it? Awesome job. All right, next one. Let's stick with that side view. If you're looking at the side of a building, what kinds of things do you actually see? What information does that view give you? Exactly. It shows us the building style, what it's made of, how many windows it has, basically everything on the outside. You are doing fantastic. Okay, time for a totally different angle. Imagine you're a bird soaring way, way up in the sky and looking straight down at the ground. So, what is a plan view? You got it. It's what we call a bird's eye view. Another name for it is an aerial view. But the most important thing to remember is that a plan view is always from the top, looking down. Okay, so this last question for the round kind of ties everything together. Now that we know what a plan view is, what do you think the definition of a map is? And there you have it. This is the big secret of maps. They're all just big plan views of a place. It's like you're a giant looking down from the sky. Great connection. So if a map is a drawing from above, what kind of information does it actually give us about all the stuff on it, like the buildings, roads, and parks? Perfect. A map shows us the size of things, their shape, and exactly where they are. And just like that, you've crushed round one. Let's jump into round two and see how we can crack a map's secret code. All right, welcome to round two. Now, maps are usually covered in little pictures and different colors. What exactly are those things? What are symbols on a map? That's the one. They're symbols. A little picture of a tree could stand for a whole forest, or maybe a squiggly blue line shows you where a river is. They're basically the language of the map. So if symbols are the language, how do we understand them? If you see a weird little picture on the map and you have no idea what it is, where do you look for help? Yes, you look at the key, which is sometimes called a legend. You can think of it like a secret decoder for the map. It tells you what every single symbol means. Okay, let's try a real-world geography question. If you look at a map of South Africa, you'll see it's got water on both sides. Can you name the two huge oceans that you'd find there? There they are, the Atlantic Ocean and the Indian Ocean. That is some seriously great geography knowledge right there. Fantastic. Let's get a little more specific now. One of those oceans is on the west side of the country. Do you remember from the map which one is on the west coast? You are on fire. That's right, it's the Atlantic Ocean. And that's 2 rounds down. You are absolutely acing this. Get ready for the final challenge. Round 3, finding your spot. Okay, final round. Sometimes you'll see maps that have a bunch of lines drawn all over them, crossing each other to make a whole lot of squares. What do we call that pattern? Yes, it's a grid. It kind of looks like a checkerboard has been laid right over the top of the map. And it's a super, super helpful tool. So why do people put these grids on maps in the first place? What are they for? How do all those squares actually help us when we're reading a map? That's their main job. The grid gives every single square on the map its own special address, usually a letter and a number, and that address helps us find places super fast. And here it is, the final question of the challenge. When you use one of those grid addresses, like, say, A3, there's a rule for how you say it. What always comes first, the letter or the number? You nailed it! The letter always comes first. Congratulations, you've completed the challenge. We've learned all about different views, how to use symbols and keys, and even how to find places with grids. You are officially a map master. So now that you have these awesome skills, what new place will you explore first?